morning from bright sunny Florida.
Yes.
I'm Chip.
And I'm Steve.
And this is
Chip's Garage.
Chip's Garage.
How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, except for it's a little warm out this morning.
Oh, it's nice. Come on.
You say it's nice.
I come from Buffalo.
Yeah, you're from Buffalo. How can you say it's nice? It's hot and humid. Usually it's the other way around. I don't know. Anyway, you've been working outside a lot. You've been having a lot of projects going on.
Sure.
Some of those we'll talk about in videos to come.
Well, you know, Chip and I have been talking about how many people are really loving our channel.
And we
We're getting
appreciate
more
that.
and more people. How many hits did you get on your 32?
Yeah, we got about 60,000 views on the 32 coupe. Yeah,
so
we appreciate
we get
that.
more and more people that want to be in our
subscribe to our channel.
And also they want to bring their cars. So we got a list of people now that want to bring their cars.
Absolutely.
I know, so we're really tickled. It's not even a year yet.
Yeah. We're in Central Florida, so if anybody wants to have us do a show on their car, hit us up. You can message us through
We'd love it.
Through YouTube, and we'll
love it. We'll just take it and have fun with it. We just have fun.
We just have fun. Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because some people have made comments about us being professionals and all. Look, I want to say it again, and we've said it in videos before. We do these videos really for two reasons. Number one is to have fun. We're just a couple old guys that love cars. We want to have fun.
We started this at a coffee shop, this idea.
And we started at a coffee shop.
On a napkin.
On a napkin, yeah. And we just want to share the car environment and the old cars. And number two is, if we can teach you something simple, we don't go into great detail how to build engines and do all this stuff, but we do try to teach you basic stuff about cars and dealing with these old cars and things to look for.
Keep them running, keep them clean, drive them. And we're trying to get the younger crew out there,
just trying to educate a culture, about it, you know, and so don't take it more serious than that. We don't think we're comedians. I mean, Steve is goofy, everybody knows it, but that's natural. He's not like playing.
I'm not like this in real life, so.
So anyway.
And I have fun.
Yeah, we both have fun, and then you should have fun with cars, whether you're racing, car shows, mechanic. I don't care, have fun. That's how we're going to get the younger generation.
Let's go have some fun in the garage with our new one.
Let's go have some fun.
I can't wait to show this new one. Oh, boy. Chip, you always got something great up your sleeve. Always up. Look at that.
That's what keeps it fun.
I know. Always a mystery.
Always fun to come into the garage, right? Look at this. How can you not love it, right?
Yeah. See, when I die, this is where I want to be buried, underneath Chip's garage.
I tell my wife, Steve, she can't find me. We live on 10 acres in the woods in Florida, most of you know, but she can't find me, and she's like, where were you? I said, sweetheart, every time you can't find me, I'm in the garage. Yeah. That's where I'm at. Yeah.
I can't wait to get the upstairs as the man cave.
Yeah, well, we got our little man
signs up.
I hear you. So today we're going to do a video, and you guys know we've changed. We're trying to give you more action. You notice we started to film out with the car doing something. We're going to do that on our videos from now on. And then we're doing rides in the cars at the end once we tell you about the car or whatever we're discussing.
And that was from feedback from our subscribers.
Yeah, thank you. Whatever you guys want, hit us up. You know, we'll see if we can do it, and we'll change them up. But today, we're going to do a detail show on the 1969 Plymouth GTX.
Beautiful car.
We've shown it in other videos to some extent, but we've never done detail on it. I bought this from the original owner. With 89,000 original miles. Wow. So 1969 Plymouth GTX. It's a 440 4-speed Dana car. Everything,
real.
A real one, yes. And everything's matching except for the motor. So the motor is a period correcto. I got a 1969, and I'll show you.
Well, Chip, you know, back then they had these big warranties out there on these cars. I don't know, like 4 or 5 year, 50,000 or 30,000, whatever. I know 3 or 36, but they had some. Mopar had some crazy warranty, and they cork a motor and then go back and.
You're right. There was a lot of replacement motors back in the day. But this is actually a period correct motor. So it's a 1969 440 HP block. It's got the correct numbers and stuff here. You can't really see them on the video, but you see where I left the identification plate open. So it's not the motor, but it's the exact kind of motor that would have came.
And that's very common. Extremely common.
And here's the thing, in today's market, these are worth just as much as an original.
Right.
So it doesn't hurt a thing. So you see what we got. Something I always like to point out on this is the 440 in the Plymouth is called the Super Commando, if you'll look here. On a Dodge, it's called a Magnum. So Dodge called their 440 a Magnum.
In which they still make a Magnum.
Yeah, a Magnum. And Plymouth called them, and of course there aren't Plymouths anymore, right?
No.
So Dodge is still around. A Super Commando. So you can see on this motor, we'll point some things out. It's not completely period correct. We put an aftermarket Edelbrock, the CH4B intake, if you want to come look here. And this was and is, in my opinion, the best street intake for these motors. It gives you best all-around performance, gas mileage, everything. I mean, not that it gets great gas mileage.
But you did put Mopar valve covers, and you do have the original snorkel.
Right.
And it's just awesome to see that.
Absolutely. And you guys that know my cars know that's what I like to do. I like to go 70s look, right? Like if I owned this in high school, what would it look like?
Exactly.
So we put headers on it. We put a good set of Doug's headers on it.
Some slotted mag or Kragers,
Well, I thought about that. We'll talk about that when we get to the wheels.
Yeah.
It does have the original radiator and shroud and fan set up. The car came with power steering, but it's manual brakes. So you can see the manual brakes on there.
That was a little, at the end of the runway, it was a little bit tough to stop.
Well, it was, but you know, we put all new drums all the way around this, and these are the 11-inch drums, which would have been the big drums back in the day on all four corners.
Right.
So although it's manual, you'd be shocked how well this stops.
I had a GTS Dart. Almost got killed when I first got it. I was trying to find it.
Yeah, well,
nothing there. There were little drums.
I'm not saying it's as good as the Hellcat, but I'm telling you that it stops amazingly well for what it is.
Yeah, it was better than having a fruit bowl jar there, the single.
Right? Oh yeah. It's not that much bigger.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's amazing. So anyway, we did a few things. We put the complete setup on the distributor where you got everything right in it.
Update this stuff to drive it today. Today's fuels and so forth, and to keep up with the traffic and
starting and stuff. And they had their problems back then, and you just forget about them. You forgot about what they are.
Exactly.
But you update them and they start good and they drive good. Like we just took it for a ride. It was beautiful. The car ran beautiful.
Right. Well, you even said, man, I would drive this car to Orlando, which is about a 2-hour drive from here and back with no problem.
It was running 190, 180, 190 on it today on a hot day.
On the temperature, the temperature was only about 180, 190. So with the upgrades we did, we did rebuild this motor. We punched it out, right? We put a whole scat set up through it, rotating assembly in it. But it runs good, it's reliable. Like you said, you do those small things, and it makes a difference on the reliability.
A couple extra ground cables on the car.
Absolutely.
A little updated alternator, stuff like that. And it's really.
Yeah, if you'll come up here on the front, get that flashlight there, Steve. Yep. Right down here, you can see a ground. See it?
See it?
See that ground cable all the way down here?
It's always good to update your ground.
So we got a ground over here you can see. Yep. And then we got a ground down here, and we actually have a couple more grounds going back.
And the trick is, when you get it back from the body shop, make sure you grind that low area, sand that low area.
Oh, man.
I saw a guy at work
on
a new car. He almost lost control in his head because it threw all kinds of codes because it wasn't grounded.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the grounds are very, very important.
Yeah, most people, especially on the old cars, don't get it.
No.
And with the new technology and the way they are, they ground them pretty
you're
good.
rubber mounted.
Right, rubber mounted.
So, especially when they wear out,
Yeah, your motor mounts are rubber mounted, your transmission mount is rubber mounted.
Yeah, so.
Anyway.
Look how it's painted beautiful under the hood. It's just beautiful.
Right. Yeah, we laid the wiring out real nice.
Nice.
My buddy Rick from Pavement Performance, who you guys have heard about. But this is a ground-up restoration. We didn't do a rotisserie restoration, which means you put it on the rotisserie and you turn it and you remove the body from the frame. We did a ground-up frame-on restoration.
And we talked earlier about, you and I talked about people saying, fake cars, this or that, or something like that. And you go to car shows, oh my God, you changed it. But the thing is, it's his taste again, what we talked about.
Right.
And also, it wouldn't take much to change it back.
Right. No, this car could easily go back. As a matter of fact, I kept all the original parts. I told you
That's
about
what you
for there.
want to do.
Yeah.
Keep the original parts. If you have a car like this, find the original parts.
But it's okay to make it to taste. Quit busting on other people's cars, guys.
Yeah.
If
Anybody's car.
I'm happy anybody in the car industry nowadays, and especially a fuel-based car, right? We were talking about that earlier. So let's support each other. Build your car to taste. I tell people, I love this car. I love this car the way it is.
Let's take the 440 out and put an electric motor.
Yeah. Let's do that. That'll make it better.
Yeah, our subscribers. Hey, our subscribers were just stopped subscribing.
All right, come on over here. We'll show you some things. Hey, Steven, I told you this before. This is the original, and this shows you the condition of the car when I bought
Original
it.
top.
Original vinyl top right here.
Now,
from
where's the Florida
1969. Look at that. Actually, Alabama.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Alabama.
now it was in the Panhandle, up by the Panhandle, so it was 30 minutes out of Florida.
Okay.
You know, from where it was.
Good location for climate.
Yeah, good location.
Now, when I was a kid, these cars rusted out within 4 years.
Well, yeah. When we did the paint body work, and there's typical areas, and we'll talk about it, but the lower quarter panels, over the fender wells,
normal, though.
behind the
Normal.
back window, yeah, we had to do some stuff.
If
there.
anybody ever seen these cars, the way they put them together, they just threw them together.
Oh, yeah.
That's all. And there was metal overlapping metal and spot welded, and no seam sealer.
Right,
there was,
right.
like on my Camaro, there was a strip inside the wheel wells together that would hold moisture.
Yep.
Almost every wheel well on a Camaro is rusted.
Yeah, this car is actually in better shape, put back together from the restoration than it was from the factory.
Yeah.
But come on in here, I want to show you some things inside. It's pretty neat. Again, this is a 444-speed Dana car. I love the huge Hurst shifter.
Where's your air conditioner?
Yeah, right here. Remember, we pointed these out on the merch.
You know, it's a good point because
So that's
what
your
we do
ventilation.
is, you go down and cruise down the road about 80 mile an hour, both them, and you just don't have to worry about air.
The wind hits here, comes through here.
Full
It's
flow,
wonderful.
and it's just wonderful.
Yeah, the back windows, of course, roll
yeah.
down. And I do want to show you that real quick because these are always very cool.
Oh, yeah.
Watch this back window go down.
Oh,
look at how that does.
I always love how it went down. Look
Isn't that cool?
The panel, how it came down, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah, isn't that cool? So let me show you a few more things inside. Again, completely restored. I did put some aftermarket gauges here, and you really need those to make sure you got a good volt, a temperature, and an oil pressure gauge. Of course, we have them here. Notice the speedometer goes to 150 miles an hour, which would have been on a GTX. I did put a little aftermarket RPM tack, so you want to track your tack. I did replace.
The optional tack was over there.
Right, it would have been right here. Yeah,
And you
that's
can't see
correct.
it.
Right, and all these cars came with different options.
Right.
So people, it's not a GTX because it doesn't have a tack. That's not true.
No, that's not true.
It depends on the options. Now I'll show you if you can come around this
Do you
way.
remember the first?
Hang on for one second. Here's a very cool right here. This armrest, the way this is, which creates a bent seat if you lift it up, is a fairly rare option on a GTX. You don't see too many. A lot of them had the consoles here with either the manual shifter or the automatic shifter. What were you gonna say?
Well, I'm a Camaro fan also.
Yeah.
The original first Z28, so it had flat hoods.
Yeah.
And it had basic wheels on it, rally wheels.
Right.
And it looked just like no hideaway lights or nothing. So it was just a bare, basic, looked like
you
a
couldn't
6-cylinder
even tell
car
with the
with a
Z28.
302 in it.
Yeah. So let me show you a few more
You
things.
can order
in
whatever
here.
you want.
They're really cool. You do the lights, you just click it up and down. This is your dome light, so you spin it up and down, flashers up and down. Here's your washer button. Believe it or not, they had windshield washers back there. Yeah. Here's your wiper button to the high. You just push on this button and a little electric motor goes and it sprays water through two little tubes up on your windshield. So,
And you were going to talk about the wheels.
yeah,
I love these Magnum 500s.
Yeah, if we'll get a good angle here over maybe on the other side, I think. These are, and they came with different names, but if you look at these wheels, I actually had the original set. Now, the original set that came with this car was a little rusty and a little beat up, so I actually bought an original set from another guy, and then I restored them myself, and you can see what they look like. And these are 14-inch wheels. A lot of guys go to 15, whatever. Again, I'm the kind of guy that I like it to look traditionally like I would have had it back, in the 70s.
Well, first thing they'd come home and they'd take the wheels off, put crackers, and they'd put shackles on the back.
Oh, yeah.
Get the
Yeah,
back
jack
up,
it all up.
And they would put, N50s on the back?
Oh, hey, it's fast.
And then they would take this here and bend this lip in. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, or cut it.
Cut it.
Yeah, I've seen guys.
So a lot of guys do that.
Yeah.
Now they probably just die like, oh, why did I do that?
Oh, I guarantee it. But anything can be fixed. If you want to see here, what's really cool, and you can see the condition of the restoration that we did. Again, I tried to keep as many things original looking as possible.
Me being Italian, how many bodies could we fit in here?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Me being a redneck Florida guy, how many guys could we fit into the movies?
The movies,
the drive-in movies.
Yeah, drive-in, yeah.
But here's something cool. This is an original spare, and you can see the chrome with the magnum wheel of a Goodyear Polyglass GT.
Nice.
So that's from the 70s.
And look at the tread. How much different is this?
Yeah.
That's a bias ply tire.
That's a
non-regular.
bias ply. And you'll notice here too, here's the jack. So here this goes underneath the bumper. It grabs underneath the bumper. And you can see here and here is the actual jack. So you put it on the ground, you put this under the bumper, grabs right here, and you jack it up.
Hey, quick story. You know me and my story.
Yeah,
I
fire
took
away.
a bumper jack to school one time.
Yeah.
And they looked at it, they didn't know what it was.
Yeah. Oh.
And I had to try to find a car in the parking lot with a bumper, and I couldn't.
Yeah. You can't pick. Yeah. Because these were metal bumpers. That's a neat thing too. Let me show you something else back here on this. Is notice these lights here. They're on either side, and those are actually made out of glass. They come through, and those are the reverse lights.
Everything was plastic.
Yeah. Yeah. Really cool.
Love
and,
the tips.
And most people remember the tips,
The
the
tips.
Mopar tips. So, hey, I think we get in this thing and take it for a ride. Get in, Steve. Let's
I'm ready to
go.
go. Let's go. Beautiful day. I'm going to put the air conditioner on my side on.
There you go. I got the air conditioner on my side. All right, Steve. So here we go.
Listen to that sound. Big block.
Big block low power.
40, 4-speed.
4-speed. Let
Now,
those horses roar, man.
Remember I talked to you. Where's your pistol shift?
Yeah, well,
Remember I asked you about that?
and a lot of people get confused about that. The pistol grip shifter came out in 1970.
70.
Yeah, so that would have been a year before this.
Yeah. Your radio, nobody butchered this up. Usually they cut it out, put your 8-track in there.
Right.
Remember what an 8-track is?
Oh yeah, I loved it. I loved 8-tracks actually.
I loved it. Right in the middle of the song, it would go clunk.
Oh yeah, or eat your tape.
Eat your tape. Yeah.
No,
this is cool.
Yeah, I love. You can open the glove compartment there. We restored all that in there, and you got your paperwork in there.
GTX.
Yeah,
Gauges.
GTX.
Look at how nice. Oil pressure, everything.
And for those of you who don't know, the GTX was the luxury model of the Roadrunner. So this is literally a Roadrunner, but it's high performance. They only came.
The Cadillac or the Roadrunner.
Yeah, the Cadillac and the Roadrunner. They only came with a 444 speed Dana or a Hemi. That's the only two motors you could get in the GTX. You couldn't get a 383.
And if if you're driving down the road ready to race, you see that Dana in the rear, you know there was business on it.
Exactly.
Because that thing is unbreakable.
Anytime you see a Dana, you know it's serious.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
a 12-bolt Chevy, or a 9-inch Ford. But you seen a Dana, you can tell the difference.
Exactly. Yeah. And this is what they refer to as the Hemi transmission. So they also came with the heavy-duty Hemi transmission. So let's see what she'll do here.
Got my air on.
Got my air on.
Listen to that sound. Isn't that beautiful?
Gotta love it.
You know, you don't have to thump on these cars and listen to that beautiful sound. It just has a great tone. You know, they were notorious for that sound.
Oh, I know. Well, you can tell a big block Mopar. Same with a small block Mopar, different sound,
but
very distinct. But listen to that. Just a beautiful sound, man.
Really
I
nice
love it.
sound. We got a nice day through the country and nice drive.
Yeah, beautiful out. Well, I think we're out of time, Steve.
I think we are, but this has been great.
Yeah, awesome. We appreciate everybody coming along. I'm Chip.
And I'm Steve.
And this is Chip's Garage.